So in this next episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about the advice, the suggestions that we are receiving during our professional career, but also during our life in general. And I think the most important thing is that we look at the motivations that people have to give us advice. My father was a very nice gentleman with limited academic education, but he had something that he had acquired over time in those rather difficult times before, during and after the Second World War. And one of the advices that he gave to me, well, whatever you do, don't believe everything that people tell you, at least not at first sight, because we are very often confronted with fantastic stories about this gentleman that had a lot of success with what he did, or the other one that earned a lot of money and has been terribly successful, and doing this and doing that and moving up your career path and so on and so forth. My father was always with some reluctance with respect to that, and said, okay, why don't you calm down? Why don't you calm down? Try to understand and think for yourselves. And I think it was one of the best advices that he ever gave to me, because when it comes to your career, you can only build it. It's not something that happens just overnight. Or if it happens overnight, it can go away as fast as it came. And I think this is something that we need to understand. So my father's advice was basically, don't believe everything at first sight. Take a step back and try to take a critical view of things. Try to analyze, try to understand, why did these people that gave you these advices? So in short, when it comes to advice, I think it's very good if you ask for advice, in particular if you ask for advice to people that are more experienced than you, or you suspect that they may have specific experience in an area. But don't ever look at advice as something that is free of charge. There may be very often a price attached to advice, and I think you should always question that. And you should question whether the advice given to you is actually working in the context in which you may be needing advice. Never take advice at face value is actually the substance of this.